Spider-Man No Way Home is overrated, and here's why. Welcome back to HeroTalk, a place where I talk about anything from Marvel to DC to comics in general. If that sounds appealing to you, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Maybe leave a comment on your thoughts on today's topic. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Before I get into why I think Spider-Man No Way Home is overrated, I first want to say that I really do enjoy this movie, and I think it's a top 3 to top 5 Spider-Man movie. I just think there are a couple really big flaws in the first half of the movie that get overlooked by the greatness of the second half of the movie that need to be addressed more and thought of more. The first flaw that stands out to me is how the Spider-Man and the villains get there in the first place. It makes sense that Peter would go to Strange to help him fix this problem of everyone knowing his identity, but the way the spell gets messed up and just the way it all happens is just kind of bad. You would think that Strange would have told Peter the parameters of the spell and make sure that he was aware that if he casts a spell, that all of the people that he loves and his friends and his family would forget that he's Spider-Man. But instead, he doesn't tell Peter anything and just goes down there and starts casting the spell. And then the whole thing happens where Peter wants some people to remember, and then Strange says you can't change the spell, but still changes the spell, and then it gets all messed up, and that's how everyone gets there. I'm not saying I could have come up with anything better, but I'm sure the people at Marvel could have. And maybe it's not changing the scene completely, maybe it's just tweaking a few things here and there just so it could make more sense and be a stronger plot point for why all the villains and Toby and Andrew arrive later on in the movie. Another flaw, in my opinion, is the way that Toby and Andrew enter the movie. The way it happens is Ned is somehow able to use this ring that he got from Doctor Strange to open portals to wherever he wants, and he's never used this ring before. He's not a magician, he's not a sorcerer like Doctor Strange, and he's just somehow able to do it, and that's the only reason that Toby and Andrew are able to get there. Ned is like, I want to see Peter again and whatever, and then boom, portal, there's Andrew Garfield, and I don't like that at all. It's just not believable enough for me, and I'm sure they could have come up with a better way to do that. And honestly, I think a big reason why it happened the way it did was because if they didn't have Ned and MJ as the reason that Toby and Andrew got there, they would have been completely and utterly useless in this movie and would have had little to no screen time at all. And I feel like the writers, to include them more in the movie, made them the reason that Toby and Andrew got there. And honestly, I don't think it was worth it giving them more screen time. I think it would have been a lot cooler if Toby and Andrew somehow appeared while Tom was fighting some of the villains and helped them win the fight. I think that would have been awesome. And maybe they should have shown a scene where Toby and Andrew arrive on Tom's Earth for the first time and maybe what they do when they first get there, because they were there for a good day before Ned portaled them over. So I think it would have been really cool to see that, and maybe even see like where they were on their own Earths before getting sent over by the spell. I think that would have been awesome and really just made the movie a lot cooler. And I think a scene like that was originally in the movie, but it somewhere got cut. And I think that was a mistake, because it would have been pretty awesome to see something like that. Now, with all that being said, I just want to make it clear again, I do enjoy this movie. I think it's a great movie. I just think if they were to improve on the first half of the movie, that it would have made the entire movie just that much better. I think, once again, great movie, top 3, top 5 Spider-Man movie. I just think it could have been a little bit better. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic down below in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.